The road to Sekigahara stinks of mud and bloodlust, a churned scar through hills I've roamed since Arima's fall. I'm 17 now, leaner, harder, my katana a cold weight at my hip, the bakken strapped tight to my back. 4 years of wandering, fights, scars, nights under stars, haven't dulled the fire in me. It's grown, a blaze I can't quench, and this war's my fuel. Ishida Mitsunari's banners snap in the wind, red and gold against a gray sky, calling me to the Western Army. Tokugawa's dogs wait beyond the ridge, and I'm here to bite. I trudge through camp, boots sucking at the mire, past samurai sharpening steel, their faces grim as stone. Tents sag under drizzle, smoke curling from fires, the air thick with sweat and iron. I'm no soldier, orders chafe like a bad knot, but the clash pulls me, a storm I can't dodge. Arima's blood woke me. This will test me. Thousands march, blades gleaming, and I'm a lone wolf among them, restless, alive. My hands itch, flexing on my katana's hilt, its worn grip a friend I trust. The battlefield sprawls ahead, a valley of mist and menace, hills hunched like beasts. Cannon smoke drifts, a sour tang stinging my nose, and I hear it, drums thumping, a heartbeat of war. I've killed one man, now I'll face a flood. Fear gnaws, a rat in my gut, whispering you'll break. I snarl it down. This isn't a duel, it's chaos, a beast with no face, and I'll carve through it. In chaos, clarity is strength. The thought cuts sharp, a blade in my mind. I'll strike fast, move faster, let the storm rage. I'll be the calm that kills. A captain barks, his armor clanking, but I don't bow. I'm here for me, not him. The men eye me, wild hair, patched kimono, 2 swords, and mutter. Let them. I'm no clan pup. I'm Musashi, forged in dirt and blood. The wind howls, tugging my sleeves, and I grin, tasting the fight. Sekigahara looms, a maw of steel and death, and I step in, ready to howl back. Rain spits from a leaden sky, soaking the camp as night claws in. I hunker by a dying fire, its embers hissing, the mud cold under my knees. Samurai crowd the tents, sharpening blades with a rasp that grates my ears, their eyes hollow, faces tight. The air's heavy, sweat, smoke, and the sour stink of fear. My katana rests across my lap, its steel glinting wet, the bakken beside me, a scarred shadow. Tomorrow's Sekigahara, a storm of blood and steel, and I'm itching, a wolf pacing its cage. I watch them, lords barking orders, men clutching charms, whispering of Tokugawa's might. They're ants, scurrying under banners, but I'm free, no master's leash on me. The valley hums beyond, a beast breathing in the dark, mist curling like smoke. I grip my katana, feeling its pulse, and picture the fight. Spears flashing, bodies piling, chaos swallowing all. My gut twists, a flicker of doubt, but I choke it down. I've spilled blood, I'll spill more. This isn't Arima's dance, it's a flood, and I'll swim or drown. The mud's a mire, slick and deep, the hills looming through the haze. I'll hit the stragglers, use the mist to stalk, the muck to slow them. Adapt to the terrain, for it is your ally. The thought rings, hard and clear, I won't charge blind like these fools. The land's a weapon if I wield it right. Hide, strike, slip away. My hands tighten, katana and bakken ready, twins of my will. I don't need their ranks. I've got my blades, my fire. A samurai nearby mutters prayers, his blade trembling. I scoff, low and sharp, fears a blade that cuts its wielder. The rain drums my shoulders, cold seeping in, but I'm alive, burning inside. Dawn's coming, and with it, hell. I lean into the wind, tasting its bite, and smirk. Let the storm break, I'll carve my way through. Dawn cracks the sky, a gray wound bleeding mist, and Sekigahara explodes. Cannons roar, a gut-deep boom shaking the earth, and screams shred the air. High, wet, dying. I plunge in, boots slogging through mud, katana in my right, bakken in my left. The valley's a cauldron, steel flashing, banners toppling, bodies piling like leaves. Ishida's men charge, a red tide, and Tokugawa's line bites back, black and gold. I'm no pawn, I weave through, a wolf in the fray, hunting the edges. A spearman looms, his point jabbing wild. I duck, mud splashing my face, and slash. My katana bites his thigh, blood spurting hot. He crumples, howling, and I'm past him, Bakken swinging at a horseman's leg. The rider tumbles, horse shrieking, and I stomp his chest, a crunch under my heel. Arrows zip, a deadly hum, one grazing my shoulder. Pain flares, but I snarl it off. Blood slicks my hands, my blades, the air, copper and smoke choking my throat. I'm alive, a heartbeat in this hell, and I kill to keep it. The mist thickens, a shroud blurring friend from foe. I spot a gap, 3 stragglers, armor dented, staggering in the muck. Strike where the enemy breaks, that is the way. It hits me, a flash in the storm. I don't fight the tide, I hunt the weak. I charge, katana high, Bakken low. The first turns, sword trembling. He's slow, scared, and my katana hacks his neck, a red gash. He drops, gurgling. The second swings, a clumsy arc. I parry with the Bakken, wood-cracking steel, and thrust my katana through his gut. He folds, a wet scream, and I kick him off my blade. The third bolts, splashing mud, but I'm faster. I leap, Bakken smashing his skull. Bone gives with a snap, and he flops, face down, still. My chest heaves, breath sawing, the mist swirling red around me. Shouts echo, orders, please, death, and I spin, blades ready. A cannon blasts, dirt erupting near, and I stagger, ears ringing. The lines crumbling, Ishida's banners falling, but I don't care whose flag flies. I kill, I live, that's my war. A shadow looms, a samurai, armor gleaming, katana raised. He's fresh, steady, no straggler. I grin, feral, and lunge. He parries, steel clanging mine, a jolt up my arm. I twist, Bakken arcing low. He blocks, grunting, but I'm relentless. My katana slashes his side, cloth tearing, blood blooming. He stumbles, and I ram the Bakken into his throat, a gag, then silence. He falls, eyes wide, and I step over, mud sucking at my boots. The storm rages, men clash, horses scream, arrows rain, but I'm a blade in the chaos, cutting my path. My shoulder burns, blood seeping, but I'm whole, unbroken. The dead pile, nameless, and I lose count, a wolf gorged on prey. Sekigahara's a beast, devouring all, and I'm its fang, still sharp. The mist chokes Sekigahara, a gray shroud thick with screams and steel. I stand in the muck, katana dripping red, Bakken slick in my grip, breath sawing my throat. Bodies sprawl, broken, bleeding, faceless, and the air's a stew of blood and smoke. My shoulder burns, arrows graze seeping, but I'm alive, a wolf still prowling. Then it shifts, shouts twist to panic, Ishida's red banners waver, snap, fall. A roar swells from the east, Tokugawa's tide crashing in. I see it, Kobayakawa's men, traitors in gold, turning on us. Their spears gleam, cutting our line like a scythe through wheat. My side buckles, samurai fleeing, slipping in the mire. A cannon blasts, dirt exploding near, and I stagger, ears buzzing. The valley's a trap now, a beast closing its jaws, and I'm caught in its teeth. My gut lurches, not fear, but fury. I didn't come to die for banners or lords. I came to live. 2 shadows charge, Tokugawa dogs, blades high. I snarl, lunging low. My katana slashes the first's leg, he drops, howling, and my Bakken cracks the second's arm, a sharp snap. He stumbles, and I ram my blade through his chest, blood spurting hot. They're down, mud swallowing them, but more loom in the haze, too many. Victory is fleeting. Survival is eternal. It hits me, a cold truth. I don't need to win this war, just outlast it. I pivot, boots churning, and bolt for the trees. Arrows zip, a deadly whir, one slicing my sleeve. I weave, mud sucking my feet, heart hammering. A horseman thunders close, his spear jabs, grazing my hip, a sting I ignore. I duck under branches, katana slashing vines, the forest swallowing me. Shouts fade, the battle's roar dulling to a growl. I skid down a slope, crashing into a stream. Cold water shocks my skin, washing blood and grime. My blades gleam wet, my chest heaves, and I'm free, the beast's jaws snapped shut behind me. The forest hums, dark and damp, the stream's chill soaking my bones. I crouch by its edge, katana and bakken propped beside me, their steel streaked red. My shoulder throbs, hip stings, blood crusts under torn cloth, but I'm here, breathing, alive. Sekigahara's roar fades, a beast gnawing its dead, and I'm out, a wolf slipped free. The mist hangs, a ghost veil, and I'm alone, the weight of the fallen pressing my chest. I clean my blades, water swirling pink, their edges glinting sharp. Faces flash, spearmen's howl, horsemen scream, nameless, gone. I killed, I ran, I lived. Ishida's banners fell, Tokugawa's rose. So what? I'm no pawn. I fought for me. The chaos chewed them up, spat out their bones, but I cut through. To live is to master the moment, not the war. It rings, hard and true, a blade's edge in my mind. Victory's dust, survival's steel. The stream gurgles, cold and steady, washing the fight's stink away. I stand, legs firm, blade sheathed, katana at my hip, bakken on my back. My blood's fire cools, but it's still there, a ember waiting. Sekigahara's a scar now, not my grave, and I'm tougher for it, a ronin truer than before. The road calls, endless and dark, and I step toward it, mud squelching underfoot, the wind sharp on my skin. I'll face more, steel, storms, myself, and I'll master each moment, unbroken.